Hello, am I live? I'm alive! It's so good to be back. It's so good. I'm a little early. I'm a little early because I'm a little excited. Hey, it says there's 2 people watching.
I'm a little early.
Oh, wait. Watching the playback. Okay. Hey, JD. Hey, triple black. Y'all names have me rolling. It's so funny. You guys, fuck your mess. I love it. I love that name. You know that's my jam. That's my name. I saw a comment from somebody, and they said that they were their name was called Epstein's Ghost. I was rolling. Sometimes I go through the comments, and the names that you guys come up with make me laugh so hard. Epstein's Ghost. That's so funny. Hey, Shakaris. Shakaris. I keep Shakaris. I keep messing your name up. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Shakaris. Triple black's funny too. You ain't just black. I'm triple black. You triple black. Happy St. Patrick's Day, y'all. What's going on? I got my green shirt on today. I don't know if I'm going out tonight. It would be great to go out tonight. Because it's St. Patrick's Day, and but I'm not gonna drink. So Shakaris, number 1. Okay, this is number 1. Shakaris or Shakuris. So let me know, is number 1 Shakaris or number 2 right? Shakuris. Shakaris. Shakaris Sanders. That sounds like a superhero name or something, you know, because it's like SS, okay, Shakaris. Okay, Shakaris. Got you. Thank you. Like if you were like a superhero that or like a spy that was like you know with the African-esque name. Maybe Shakaris. I'm Shakaris Sanders. Like, I'm Shakaris Sanders. I don't want to be, fuck your mask says. I don't want to be labeled a maskophobe. I'm very open mouth. Good to know. Good to know. I just wait for a few more people. I'm drinking this golden milk stuff with turmeric in it, and I'm like, it probably makes my tongue orange. I think I did a video one day after I drank my morning like bone broth. Yes, it is a very attractive name. It is. You got that right. Somebody was like, they were like, why do black people have such weird names? I mean, or why do people, like, they were like, something like, not weird names, but they're just like, why do black people, something to the effect, have, it was like, have such strange names or have such different names. I was like, oh, because we value individuality and innovation, that's why. Haha. Why don't you just name yourself Sam? Your names. Why don't you just name your kid Sam or Janet or those names are fine too, but you know, why not name them something else? You know, I went to the Czech Republic when I was 17. That was my first time out of the country, like ever, going abroad. And they had been in communism for a while. I went to visit some friends there. I was on a theater project. And they were telling me that the government controlled everything down to what you can name your kid. Like, they would be like, they have a book of names that you could pick from. You couldn't, like, make a name up. I thought that was the craziest shit ever. They're like, what? Yeah, they're like, yeah, it's, you know, it was crazy. So, oh, yeah, I got new girlfriends in 2 minutes. That's good. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Geneva. Great title for the show. Good attitude to carry with you. Yeah, man, I was so frustrated. I couldn't communicate. But I mean, it's really just pushing me to get on other platforms. Um, because I mean, I'm so dependent on YouTube. It's not even funny, but I'm making waves to go. There's just so many. I want to get on Rockfin. I want to get on Library. I want to get somebody. But it's just, it takes a lot, guys, because I still have to maintain all those. So I gotta like, how are you doing all? Oh, you're asking the people in the chat room. Yeah, it's like, and especially with the newer ones, because it's like, I'm on BitChute already. So if you're not subscribed to BitChute, um, it's like, especially with the newer ones, it takes a long time to, to upload because they don't have the technology and the power that YouTube has. So it's just like, sometimes I'll be uploading stuff and it takes forever and then it like fails and then it doesn't come out and then it halfway uploads, and so that takes I need a personal assistant to just upload my shit for me. There needs to be one of those apps or those services where they use them on the mainstream social media sites. Sorry. Mainstream social media sites where you just basically schedule your post and then it would upload to all of the all of the like social media websites at once. Oh, okay, thanks. Thanks. Adam's like, oh, he's not talking to me, he's talking to the chat, whatever. Or she, I don't know. Fuck your mess could be a girl. Yeah, fuck your mess. Fuck that shit. By the way, I think I'm gonna make a video on it later talking about it, but I did a video commenting on the mask. I think I called it like Mass Masochist, and I put it on my backup channel, and I got like how they basically, it says this they put like a tag on front of it or like a screen on front of it saying that this video may contain like harmful content. I'm like, what, dude? I was so pissed. Harmful content because I think masks are bullshit. Because I can't breathe when I wear them. Because I like air. That's harmful. This is the world we live in, guys. This is the world we live in. Okay, this is some bullshit. All right, let me do my promos and we can get. And I'll be taking some calls today. I didn't talk to you guys for like 2 weeks. I missed you guys. I don't miss the trolls though. I miss some of y'all, not all y'all. But the trolls never fucking call. They don't have the balls, so. Anyway. Alright. Alright. Oh, I was listening to this African music stuff. It's so good. It's so good. Okay, but anyway, I digress. Alright, so if you guys have not checked this out, I'm putting up, I have some video clips from my music sketches that I did like a month or so ago. And I'll be adding some more within the next 4 weeks, just to show you guys that I can do music and what I'm doing, and to prompt you guys to please donate to my EP fund that I'm trying to raise money for by the end. I want to do about a 5-song EP and a music video, just one music video. That's where like a lot of the budget is going to, because I want to use that music video to push to as a marketing for the EP, to market it. So I already did the video. If you haven't seen the Don't Believe It video on my page, it's basically, I think the title is A Song About the Lying Ass Media. Please check that out and share the shit out of that. And then some of my sketches I've done. You can also, if you choose to make a donation, thank you. Oh my God, thank you guys who made a donation. Last time I checked, it was at 400 and something. Thank you so much. So much. You can watch the pitch video here. And then you can also watch the music video here too. So you can watch these two things. And then Thank you so much. Yeah, you also get perks, right? If you $5, you'll actually get the song, and then we have these wallpapers from the what do you call it? Just art. This is I sell these on my site as like you can buy these posters on my site too, but you'll get the digital art at least, and then when it comes out, you'll get the full EP. Um, if you donate $20. So every perk that you get, you'll get all the accumulative perks. So if you donate $100, you'll get all of these and this. If you just donate like $5, you'll just get the song. But if you donate $10, you get the song and the poster. You donate $20, you get the song, the poster, and EP and the EP. $50 handwritten photo of handwritten lyrics, EP, paper, all that, right? So it's cumulative. Up to that. So yeah, I'm excited. Thank you so much for you guys for donating. $5 is minimum, $100 is maximum. If you want, thank you so much. I appreciate all your donations. You can also join my music page. My music page is slowly growing. You can check out some of my singles. I'm probably going to upload some of my singles to my main channel too within the next week or so. So these are some singles that I did in the past. I'm just trying to let you guys know that I actually do music, and I'm not just saying I do. Actually, I write all of my songs. I write all the instrumentation for my songs. And I sing. And in the other ones, oh, let me go back. These ones, I'm playing the piano in the songs, and I play piano, guitar a little bit, and I sing and I write all my songs. So I'm raising the money to actually pay for studio time, to pay for musicians to play the songs, and then for mixing and mastering and stuff like that. So, and then video, for the videographers or whatever to do the music video. You can also support this channel by being a patron on Patreon or a patron on Subscribestar. Follow me on Gab. I don't know. I was going on Gab, and then I stopped. I don't know. I think is Gab shadow banning now too? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Maybe people just don't know I'm on Gab. I don't know. So I put some, this is my Gab page, right? Just kind of check some of this stuff out. Project Veritas strikes again. When I put, this is, I think, a week or so old. But anyway. What else? Yes, I'm on BitChute. Follow me on BitChute. I'm on Steemit. I'm on Steemit. And DTUBE. And we also have our what do you call it? Our podcast. So we're going to be, if you want to listen to, we have about 109 episodes up here. Some of the amazing people we've interviewed throughout the years. I'm actually working with somebody, hoping to get the sound remastered on some of these episodes so I can re-upload them too. This guy's wonderful. I'm actually going to be interviewed him on the podcast. These are all sound, right? They're not face interviews or video interviews. But this guy is amazing. His name is Neil Fox. I'm going to be interviewing him today. He's also a musician, and he writes very woke conscious music, and he's really good. So I can't wait to reconnect with him. So be looking out for that interview by next week sometime, or the end of this week, depending on when I finish and get it up. And then also, let's go to some of the stuff, right? Can you see this? Okay. So just some stuff. I'm on Facebook, or I should say we're on Facebook. TrutherTalk is on Facebook. Of course, there's shadow banning too, but I just realized Facebook is a really good way to store your stuff. So I just thought maybe for the shows I should just go over my Facebook page and read some of the memes and stuff. Okay, first of all, I might interview these people in the future if I can get a hold of them. These people are amazing. The self-sufficient backyard. These people, let me see if I could, I'll just talk about it. This is a couple that basically figured out how to live completely off the grid, and they wrote a book on how to do it, and it's taken them years, right? But I think they live on like fourth of acre of land, and they're completely self-sufficient, and they supply their neighbors with food. They don't have any electricity. They're not on the electrical grid. They don't use water. You know, they pump their own water. They're amazing. They're amazing. They're like, we haven't even been to the doctor in years because we grow our own medicinal plants. I was like, dang, y'all are not playing. So this was amazing. This is a really good article, the Covidian cult, basically talking about how the COVID's a fucking cult, which it is, you know, with the people and the mask wearing and stuff. I don't know if you guys know, but I'm in Austin in Texas, and the mask ban has been lifted, and they basically, there are people here that are still like, I want to wear my mask. I like my mask. I like it. You know? So it's like, all right, y'all, I don't really know what to say, except y'all are stupid, but, a genuinely deadly pandemic doesn't require a 24/7 government ad campaign to remind you about it. Isn't that true, right? Wouldn't we see people dying in the streets and dying out the window, and everybody around us would be dying? My fear is that when if enough people take the vaccine, that's what's going to happen, right? But drag queens reading to children is okay, but Dr. Seuss is taboo. Okay. But I found this Dr. Seuss, which is pretty funny. I carry a gun at the mall. I carry a gun playing ball. I will carry a gun here and there. I will carry a gun everywhere. Right? But you can't read to drag queens. Anyway, always trust science. Right? What can go wrong? What can go wrong? Look at this, guys. I found this meme. It was great. Right? So the cigarettes, right? In the 50s, they were saying, like, if you're a woman, you can smoke. Right? Cigarettes didn't cause cancer. Right? They had lots of doctors that were paid, basically, just like now, basically, the doctors. They're not paid like, oh, here's a check and talk about vaccines, but they're brainwashed, and they don't look past what they're taught in medical school, and they think anything outside of that is rubbish. And you know, they basically, you know, promote vaccines like it's a fucking religion. And you know, same thing with the cigarettes, right? They're actually dissenters, basically saying cigarettes are dangerous, they cause cancer, yada yada yada. And then those people were, you know, defamed and called, you know, probably not anti-vaxxers, but they were called some pejorative, some derogatory name, right? And then no flies on me, DDT, which now we know, you know, was causing a lot of the polio, quote unquote, epidemic because the chemicals causing paralysis. But you guys, this is like common sense. If this is what this is what it did to mosquitoes. Basically, it paralyzed their nerves. It made their legs fall off. So what do you think is going to happen to humans if we get DDT in large quantities? Like, I mean, come on, dude. Like, really? All right. And then they said heroin. I think it was used like as a cough suppressant or something. I might be wrong about that, but I know heroin was once thought to be good for you. All right. And then you have asbestos, right? And now we know that causes cancer. I mean, come on, you guys. This is like, it's like each decade there's something, you know. And, you know, I'm pretty sure that the cancer rates are going to skyrocket after, you know, after this thing with the COVID thing, because of the vaccine, because of people wearing masks and, you know, inhaling anaerobic bacteria, that gives you mouth problems. If you have something wrong with your teeth, it leads to a whole host of problems. Anyway, I don't want to go into. I was going to go into something I'm not going to go into, but though that, and then also all the hand sanitizer. I didn't use hand sanitizer before this. I'm not using it during, and I'm not going to use it after. Hand sanitizer is so bad for you guys. It's so bad. Even the natural ones I don't really trust. I just use soap and water. It's not like I just don't wash my hands. I use maybe alcohol at times, whatever. But this is a good article. Drum circles put pharmaceutical antidepressants to shame. Why not? Why not use a drum circle when the, you know, side effects of antidepressants is suicide, right? Literally, you know, go on, and the side effect of antidepressants are suicide. So, okay, the secret of freedom lies in educating people, whereas the secret of tyranny is in keeping them ignorant. So true. So true. Maximilien Robespierre. Right? The tongue has no bones, but it is strong enough to break a heart, so be careful with your words. Yeah, trolls. You don't break my heart, though. You just piss me off. An evil enemy will burn his own nation to the ground to rule over the ashes. This is basically what's going on right now today, okay? This is, I'm not going to play this because I keep getting struck, but if you guys want to check this out, really good analysis of this guy talking about how racism is used as a tool in a very comedic way. It was pretty good. What if I told you they don't teach you your rights in school because it's easier to take them away if you don't even know what they are? Very true. I think I'm going to stop there. Oh, I did the Covidian cult. I did this. Hold on. I did that. I did that. Oh, okay. Unhinged. Check this out. This is the guy Neil Fox's that I was talking about. And he did the song. I'll play a little bit of it for you. I won't play the whole thing. Let me see if I can play some of it. I don't think I'll get struck for this. You guys got to go to his channel right here, Neil Fox, and you got to see the whole video, and then check out some of his other stuff. So I like it. Probably liked it from my other channel. All right. I don't like this song. No, I was kidding. So yeah, guys. All right, check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. All right, guys, I'll be taking calls. Give me 1 minute. Let me just warm up the old Skypey. He really should have more views and more subscribers, you guys. So go check him out. You know. Dr. Shara Tenpenny predicts autoimmune responses within 4 to 18 months after taking these death needles. Trump is defending, yeah. Fuck Trump when it comes to that shit. Fuck that shit. There's your next pandemic, and I know they'll blame it on the anti-vaxxers for sure. Oh, it's because we all didn't get vaccinated. Fuck y'all. Y'all are dead. Y'all die. I'm like, die. You know? So, fuck that. I ain't even playing with him. Yeah, share my content too. Share Neil Fox's content too. Anything you see good and it's worthy, you should be sharing it, you know, like especially if you hate all of the terrible content, that's all the terrible all right. La 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 la. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so tired. I tried this new hairstyle and it went terribly wrong. That's what I had on today. Alright. YouTube has now demonetized another famous Calvin Robinson. They don't want conformance. Yeah, I've been demonetized for over a year, so completely. And before that, it was very limited monetization, so I was still only making like $200 every other month. So they rewind my subscribers, they rewind my views, they demonetize me, they strike me, you know. I don't know, so... Dude, it's not just conservatives, though. I'm sorry, you guys, but, you guys that are here because you're patriots, and I'm grateful because, you guys are truth seekers, too. I get it. But, I mean, honestly, I've been a health freedom activist and talking about vaccines and cancer cures and shit for, like, 10 years, and we get it the worst. We get it more. So then if you're a patriot, it's like a double whammy. Because you notice a lot of these patriots, they don't even fucking talk about this shit. Like, I don't see Steven Crowder talking about that. They'll say stuff like, oh, well, my body, my choice. It's against our rights. We shouldn't be forced to get vaccinated if you don't want to. But that's as far as they'll go. They're not gonna come out against all vaccines. There's a lot of the patriots are still super fucking ignorant. I'm watching Dan Bongino talk about how he's going and getting chemotherapy, and I'm just like shaking my head. I'm like, okay, Dan, I like you, and I hope that you really wake up soon to the fact that chemotherapy is only going to make you worse. It just broke my heart, though. I'm not, like, dogging him, but I'm just, like, watching him get a port and you're fucking his body, and I'm a tough guy. Yeah, you're a tough guy. I'm sure you're a tough guy, but nobody's tough to beat chemotherapy long term. Nobody's that tough because it's basically obliterating your immune system. I had an aunt that was that got uterine cancer in her 30s, a great aunt, and she didn't get chemotherapy. She lived until her 80s. She got it removed, but she didn't do radiation or chemotherapy, and it's the cancer still comes back because the thing is, if you get the cancer cut out, it's still going to, like, the cells at the bottom where they cut the tumor is going to go throughout your bloodstream. It's going to show up somewhere else in your body. So it did ended up coming back, like, on her ear, but she just never cut it off again. And so it was kind of gross. She had, like, this cancer, but she lived into her 80s. And my thing is, like, every single person that I know that has had chemotherapy has suffered or radiation has suffered a poor quality of life, or they've died. And now that when I say somebody died of cancer, I really say that they died around my what do you call it? I'm reading the comments, and now, anyway. Okay, sorry, let me read this. Chemo would have killed me had I not ended it. Aunts are ants. I know, I say aunts, aunt, my aunt. She was a great aunt. Crowder is actually playing for the other team. Refuses to have children with his wife. The wife is for appearances. So you're saying he's gay or something? I don't care. I like Steven Crowder. I like Dan Bongino. I like them. And they don't, I don't blame them in a sense for going all out, because this is my point. Once you go all out, like I have with vaccines especially, they'll come after you so hard. So I can imagine, he has a family to raise. He's making money. I get it. But I also think a lot of them are just ignorant, because I've listened to a lot of patriots and stuff, and off camera, and some people that I know, they don't know anything about, like, the body and health and shit like that. They still go to the pharmaceutical industry. They'll say, oh, some of it's bad, but not all of it. Like, they don't realize the whole racket. And also, if they do, maybe for them, if that's what they want, if making money is more important to them, then I wouldn't do that, if I were them, because they're not going to have the support that they have. So they don't understand what the fucking religion the pharmaceutical industry is and how evil it is. So, I mean, all these people that are complaining, I'm a conservative, they're attacking me. Well, yeah, that sucks, but like if you're a conservative and you talk about this shit too, like health freedom shit, they'll come after you even harder. And this has been going on for me for 10 years. Like, we started our page, I think, in 2012 on Facebook. We only have 5,000 subscribers, and we've been more consistent on that than YouTube. So, you know, so, and it's just like, it's not, you guys, it's bigger than politics, you know? It's not just about the left and the right. This is what you guys need to understand. There's a lot of fake ass phony grifters on the right. There are a lot of people who are basically, you know, they're basically just as bad as the left, but they're not showing their colors yet, or you haven't seen it yet. But they'll step on people and for money and for stuff too. It's not like, you know, it's annoying that people have this idea that, oh, just because you're not a leftist that you're a good person. That's not, it's fucking fake. And just because you're leftist, you're a bad person. A lot of these people are brainwashed. So I just don't subscribe to a lot of their ideology, but I don't necessarily think that they're bad people inherently and innately because of that, you know? It's a much more complex situation. Yeah, and I have some conservative values, but I'm not even a conservative. People like want to call me all kinds of shit. Like, oh, you're conservative, or you're millennial. I'm like, I'm none of those shit. I'm none of that. Oh, you're a Republican. Oh, I will take patriot because I love this country. I'll take that label. Okay, but I'm not. You know, I'll take truth or truth seeker. I'll take that one too. You know. But I mean. You know, it's sad though. Like, I'm looking at these people and they're so ignorant, and they'll attack the health freedom people because they think that they're being anti-science. So they're still worried about a lot of the people on the right. A lot of the Republicans or people on the right. They're really, you know, they're still concerned about what people think about them. They still are very, you know, they have egos and shit too. So if I actually had, you know, if you go to my playlist, I had an interview. I did a debate with this guy named Halsey, who's a fucking asshole, by the way. And he's a patriot, and I did a whole series. It's like 18 videos long called How to Debunk a Pro-Vat Zealot, and he was acting like he was all open and shit. Oh yeah, I like when people have different opinions than me. I like when people, you know, I think that the mic should be open for everybody. And I went on his show and I made him look like a dumbass, and he didn't post my links. So what I did, because I said that I would post my references and my links to back it up, as I always do when I talk about vaccines, especially. But he refused to post my links, and so I just did a video cutting all my links into the debate that I had with him, whether it was like, you know, testimonies from doctors or studies or experiments or whatever to back up what I was saying. So if you want to go check out my playlist, it's called How to Debunk a Pro-Vax Zealot, and so I did that, and then there was another guy who was on his show, and he kept hounding me for, like, on social media, like, you know, asking me, you know, about vaccines, and he was a conservative, and he eventually ended up blocking me because I told him that he needed a fucking refund for because his big answer was like, well, I went to college and I spent $200,000 on my degree, and I was like, so? I'm like, you need a refund. Because if that's all, you can't, like, explain this shit on a scientific level like I can, but yeah, you went to school for it, you need to ask for a refund. He got so mad at me. He called me, like, a dick, and he, like, blocked me. It was funny. I consider it a victory. So, I mean, but these are patriots that are acting like this, okay? Now, these are people on the right. They're no fucking better. They're just people. Believe it or not, they're people. All these people on the right are subject to the same, you know, temptations and sins or whatever that the people on the left are. It's just not, the problem isn't as bad on the left. But this is the thing, on the right, I see it already in the works because, you know, I'm not naming any names because some of you guys know who I'm talking about. But basically, you know, they'll cover for people that do that bad shit. But as long as they're on our side, it's okay. But if they were on the other side, then, you know, they would be all over him. But it's fucking it's sick. It's sick. And then you have Turning Point USA making it like sticking up for making it illegal to talk about Jewish, or not illegal, but Jewish people and stuff. I mean, you should be able to talk about anybody. I don't single out a particular race of people, but I think if if you're really into free speech, there shouldn't be a protected class of people. So what's up with that, right? What's up with the whole rape situation that happened with Turning Point USA? My friend knew the girl, right? It was one of somebody like raped somebody, and they went to Brendan and Candace, and they acted like they were on this girl's sides, and then like totally like turned against her. So these people are just they're just people like God. That's it. At the end of the day, surprise, surprise, right? Vaccines are bullshit. I'll say that till the day I die. I will never take one. And somebody was just like, oh, well, what if you have to get a job? Then I'll fucking be homeless. Because you know what's going to happen? I'll take the vaccine and eventually I'll get sick and I won't be able to work anyway. But I'll have my health if I don't take it. So to me, my health is the most important thing. All right, 512-481-7464. Let me see if I can. 512-481-7464. I'm probably going to leave a little early today because I have an interview. I'm going to interview Neil Fox. Let's start a new party called just let's not have parties anymore. How about that? I like not having parties anymore, and then we just vote for the person that has the best ideas. How about that? How about that? Let's just not have parties. Let's just have candidates, and then whoever has the best ideas, we vote for that person. Maybe let's not have. I can wrap my head around minarchy, but not anarchy. I'm looking at anarchy a little bit. I don't really. I can wrap my head around limited government. I can't wrap my head around no government. Just because. 512-481-7464. Just because I don't know. There's a part of me that think people need leaders still. But you got to be a good leader and just lead people to the point where they can take care of themselves. Don't depend on them to all the time. That's what a good leader is. You lead people to a point, and then you do so they can lead themselves. So, oh, your son didn't get any shots? Oh, that's amazing. You're going to have one healthy baby. Yeah, all my friends who have not vaccinated their kids at all, their kids are super smart and super healthy, and it never fails. And it's like if they do get sick, they're like over it. They get healthy really fast. They get well really fast. Like one of my friends didn't vaccinate her kids. If the whole family gets sick and then she gets sick, she'll get sick for like a day, and then the whole family will be sick for like a week, or she won't even get sick at all. You need to be able to lead yourself. I agree with that, but you also need to learn, right? You need teachers. You need people to show you stuff. You don't just, pop out your mom's cooch and you just know stuff. So you need experience, and you need people to guide you. You need teachers and stuff like that. Teachers are / leaders, right? But then eventually you need to be able to lead yourself. There's people that, I get people that just like, they're like, oh, like, where do I subscribe to you? Like, I'm like, it's in the comments section. You can't scroll up. It's in the description section. Like, I just, sometimes I'm just like, I'm like, they're like, oh, like, I'll say something in the video. They're like, oh, where is it again? I'm like, I just said it. Like, oh my God. There's just some people that are just so lazy. That are just so dumbed down. I just saw, I don't know his name. Somebody sent me the best comedian. I didn't finish watching it. He was older too. Like maybe in his 60s. He's hilarious. And he talks about how lazy people are. And I'm like, oh my God, it's so true. He was like, I remember the days when you used to, like, he goes, we had these phone numbers and we had these phones, and you know what you did? You stored their numbers in your head. I'm like, oh my God, that's so true. Now you don't even know your numbers, right? The numbers. You remembered all your, before smartphones, you remembered all your friends' numbers, all your family's numbers by up here. And it wasn't like anybody was a special genius or they were special. Everybody did it. Like we would have that capacity to store like hundreds, not hundreds, maybe, I don't know, maybe hundreds, some people of phone numbers in our heads, Anybody want to call? Anybody want to talk to me? Y'all motherfuckers better call. All right, because I was waiting the whole week. I couldn't talk to nobody. You guys can talk me in the chat then. Let me see. I'll just talk to the chat while I wait for people to call. God knows kings and nations, and said we must obey laws of the lands. Oh wow. Well, Cerebral. Oh wow. United Spot got caught green lighting with Biden. Finally, somebody's calling me. Is this a troll or is this a person that wants to talk? Good morning. Brainless Doritos, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. How are you? Okay, so let me see. Talk a little bit more. You're getting a little bit of feedback or something in your phone. Let's fix this. Hello? Oh no, I'm gonna have to take another call. You're static. I can barely hear you. Let me take this call. Why don't you call back? Could you do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Hello? Hello?
Hey, good morning.
Oh, okay, that's better. Good morning. This is another person though. How are you? Who's this?
This is O.
Hey, oh, what's up?
Not much, just gas prices.
The what?
Hello?
Yeah,
I said nothing much, just gas prices.
Oh, I know, man. I'm glad that I have a fuel efficient car and I don't have to drive like I used to. Right? So, man, I know, man, gas prices. What, do you have a big car?
I have two cars, and they're both V6 engines. So I'm not gonna say it sucks, but it's kind of frustrating to see everybody just going about like everything is right with the world since this idiot is in office and all that. But I guess it's just part for the course.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I don't really know what else to do except going with my life though too. Like I'm not gonna be like the people on the left were and acting a fool and just acting like I was a fucking invalid because I because my guy didn't get in.
Yeah, and even maybe it is a good thing that he didn't win because people are just kind of like people are like, well, somebody else is going to do it, so I don't have to do my part. What they call like the bystander effect.
Mm-hmm.
When there's other people around, they see a fucked up situation. There's other people around, and nobody wants to do anything because they're like, okay, well, somebody else is here, so they can do it. So that's kind of the situation that Americans are usually in with all these, with the political process and these politicians promising things and whatnot.
Yeah.
But if you really just observe, these politicians don't represent the will of the people at all.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, I keep harping on these stupid stimulus bills that they're passing. They said 1.9 trillion divided by 328 million is not 19 or 1,400.
Oh, but yeah, it's like 6,000 something, right? Was it like around 6,000?
Yeah, it's like 5,700 roughly. So it's just like where did and that's not even half. So like 1.9 trillion, half of that would be I don't know, like what's 19 divided by 2? So I don't know, fuck it, but it'd be a lot of money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It'd
it's
be a lot of
than,
money. You know, so it's like even the majority of this money, it's not going to the American people, and
it's going overseas.
You know, like yeah, you know all these I'm not, and I'm kind of like you. I don't want to call it like, you know, liberals or conservative, but just I guess low information people. You know, they're just going along and they're happy with it, and you know, just like, oh well, Biden knows what he's doing. Like, I don't even think.
Who said
I think
that?
Biden is clinically senile. I think he's clinically senile by now. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't think he's calling any shots.
Yeah.
I think.
I don't see how people. Go on. You think he's just a puppet?
Yeah. I think he's just the puppet, you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, most presidents are anyway. So, I mean, this is nothing new. Now it's just obvious, you know.
Yeah, this is too obvious. This is way too obvious. I mean, this guy has no charisma, no life.
Yeah, and I'm just like, how do people even think that they voted him in? You know, like I showed you. I don't know if you were watching the beginning show, but I was going through my Facebook page and I was scrolling down and I had that meme that was basically saying, like, your tongue has no bones in it, but it can break a heart, so be careful with your words. And then my uncle commented, he's just like, oh, well, I wish somebody would have told Trump that. I was like, you know what, dude? Like, Trump told it like it was. Whether you like him or hate him, I'm sorry. There's also such a thing as being hypersensitive, you know? It's like there's such a thing as fucking hypersensitivity, which a lot of people is, and they can't take the truth, and they can't fucking, you know, you can't tell them the truth, or they'll cry, you know, grown ass people acting like little bitches, you know.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, Trump never really said anything that my daddy would tell me when I was growing up.
That's true, but it was just good to have a politician like call out the media and just stuff like, you know, you don't hear politicians say usually. So it was
the
good
media needs to be
called out.
Media needs to be called out. They've been compromised for years, and they're very, you know, they're very evil. They need to be called out.
Yeah, no, I know, but I'm just saying, like,
listening to them.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, did you ever hear Obama do that shit? Did you ever hear, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, yeah, I know what you're saying. You're saying whatever he said is nothing new. It's shit that we already know, but I think it was just refreshing for a lot of people for somebody to actually say what we were thinking or that we knew all along, you know?
Yeah.
You're like, he didn't say nothing new. I get that. Yeah. That's fair. But, you know, for people, you know, go ahead.
No, I was saying, like, a lot of things that he was accused of saying were just allegations. Kind of like the whole shithole country.
Yeah, there was no proof of that shit. But people are people are so hypersensitive and they're so riled up. Like, and then Omarosa saying that he said the N-word. I'm like, but there's no proof of that. And, you know, like, people say racial shit all the time. I mean, he probably didn't. But, you know, I mean, I've said racial shit about people, you know what I mean? Like, people need to get over that shit too. It's like, everybody says racist shit sometimes. You know, does it make you a bad person? You know? And even with that, let's say he did say shithole country. So a lot of these countries are shitholes. That's why people are trying to get over here. Like, for real.
Yeah,
exactly. You know what I mean? Like, they like staying in their country. If it's so great, then they would stay. They wouldn't be trying to bust in and come over here.
Exactly. Just look at the whole border crisis, and people would die to get into these borders. But you know, these are just inconvenient facts that people want to ignore just to validate their feelings. And you know, it kind of you know, I kind of think about, you know, some of the laws that we used to have in this country. Like, I'm talking about like way back in like the 1700s and stuff like that. And I was talking to my mom about like cultural traditions that people kind of abandon. And people abandon cultural traditions because, they're not taught the significance of some of these things over the generations. Like a lot of these things have functional value.
Yeah, totally.
So it's like when they said that, originally, they were like, it wasn't that just white people can vote. It's like landowners can vote. You have to have land to be able to vote. So the function is that the function in that is you actually have some skin in the game. You actually kind of like know how things run. If you're a landowner, then you produce something. So you should have a say in how things go. But if you're just a person that just walk around, if you're just a village idiot just walking around, you don't do anything. Like, why should you have a say in how things go?
So
that's kind of. You said what?
That's interesting. I'm just curious. Did you come across any information where there were black people that own lands?
Yeah, black people own land. Black people own slaves.
And they can. Yeah. That's right. But I mean, like, I guess so they could vote.
Yeah, I have to. I don't want to just be so adamant because I have to go back and cross reference and because these things I read a long time ago, but yeah, when I read, I was like, wow, I didn't know that. I'm like,
and how about women too?
Bad as they're saying it was.
How about women too?
I don't know, but I do know this about I know there was a slave owner. I read about her, and she had bought her husband out of slavery, and he pissed her off, and she sold him back into slavery. So, I was like, damn, that's fucked up. That's hella fucked up. But it's kind of like, I think we like to believe that we live in an advanced society, that's all intellectual and all that bullshit.
Yeah. But we don't. We've been developed, seriously. I totally agree with that.
Human nature is kind of consistent, and in any thriving society, you're going to have an underclass, you're going to have an upper class, and that's just based on that's based on human nature. Some people work harder than others. Some people produce more than others. Some people don't desire to have many things.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you look at that and some of these issues that are concocted or are exactly what they are, concocted by a hidden hand that's putting strings. And I really think people just step back a little bit, breathe, and figure out exactly what they're living for, what they're fighting for. Because a lot of these things are not real issues. It's kind of like the whole liberal or conservative thing, and then they brand you a liberal or conservative, like for somebody to brand you a conservative, like I don't get conservative with you. I get like moderate liberal, moderate classical liberal. You know what I'm saying? Like, and most people are moderate anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I've definitely changed my mind on abortion for sure. I think that's the biggest thing that within the past few years I would say I've changed my mind. Meaning before I was for it, and now I'm like, I see it's terrible,
But I don't think that one issue is what makes somebody a liberal or a conservative. Because technically, I don't take so somebody would probably brand me conservative, but I don't agree with the mainstream conservative view on abortion. I don't agree because it's not as cut and dry as they're not presenting it the right way. That's my issue. So I don't know. All this entropy going on. There's going to be a tipping point, and people don't really just wake up. We're all gonna lose. I mean, shit, I'm not gonna lose. Fuck that.
Well, I feel like we've already lost a lot. You know what I mean? Like, this is what it takes to be kind of like aware and awake. Like all the friends we've lost, jobs, opportunities we probably lost. You know, it's harder to date. It's hard, you know what I mean? Because you want to find, unless you're going to settle, you know, you want to find like-minded people. You know, I mean, it's not an easy road. So it's like, you know, this is the thing. People are comfortable. Until they're uncomfortable, they're not going to really, you know, change or want to change. But my situation, I just ended up being a naive, and I just thought, oh, like unwittingly, you know, I took the hard road. I didn't know what path that I was going on. I was just like, oh, like, let me just post this on my wall because people need to know this stuff. Didn't know I was going to be like attacked and ridiculed and exiled and excommunicated. You know, totally. I was super naive at the time. But then I'm also looking at these people after I've come out the other side, and I'm just like, pull up your, like, I'm like, grow some balls, people. Like, you're not going to, you know, have the life that you want until you grow some balls and take a stand for yourself. But yet you're gonna put your energy into all these useless, you know, issues, all these stupid issues like fucking reparations and shit, you know, because, you know, they're dangling that shit in our face like a carrot, but that's not gonna solve the problems of the black community. You know, it's just gonna make things worse, I think. You know.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this: if they do grant reparations, that shit is going to blow the top off of a whole bunch of shit because they're going to pull all the fines on everybody, and these people know who is who. They're going to pull. They're going to find out that a lot of black people were not descendants of slaves, and they're going to find out that some black people were actually descendants of slave owners.
Yeah.
And, you know, for them to say, okay, well, white people are going to have to pay, so that, you know, it's gonna come to the point where, like, a lot of people that thought they were black are going to have to start paying out reparations. Now,
I don't even think it's going to get that far, but I've thought about that too. And I'm not all black, so do I pay myself? Like, you know what I mean? Like, how does that work? If you were a slave owner, or it did a slave owner and a slave, like, how, you know what I mean? It's just, I don't even think it's going to get that far, though. Really, I don't think that. And it's going to cause a lot of animosity, and then it's going to be like, you know, it's going to lead to more problems. You know.
No, it's a matter of revealing who is who. You know, because they have black people thinking that, you know, everybody was a slave and that you know, the history is just all traumatic and just all negative, and that's not the case. I think a better case of reparations is the economic destruction after the Civil War, you know, that black people faced. I think that's a better case of reparations.
I like that. I like that plan that Trump, the administration.
The planning plan.
Yeah, I think the business plan.
Yeah.
I think that means more, and I think that would help out more than reparations. I think, especially the part I loved was giving people business training and financial training, because I think even for me, like, it's something that I'm having to go back and learn. You know, like, I think a lot of black people are not business minded, and they're gonna just get this money and they're just gonna blow through it, and they're gonna be back wherever they started. So.
Yep.
I think investing and plus, you know, when you're investing and you have your own business and you build something, it gives you more of self-esteem, you know, and it gives you more, like, you're more independent and you're less controlled. Even if you're getting reparations, you're still, like, you know, being controlled. And I wonder if they're going to have stipulations with that. Like, are you going to have to get vaccinated? Are you going to have to, you know, do something? Like, I don't believe, you know, when people are giving you shit, you don't get shit just for free, you know?
No, there's no. In fact, you know, that's what I love about what I learned about the human body and just nature. Like, there's no free lunch. You know, there's everything is a balance. You know, if you take something from somewhere, you know, the whole system has to compensate somehow.
Yeah, totally. And you're right, and this is the whole, also too, the view where I think about devolution and how we've devolved, not just as a country but as a human race, right? And we have this whole view that, you know, you know about terrain theory and all this stuff too, that we have to fight everything, instead of working in harmony with it, you know. And this whole, like, this whole like point of view, this whole worldview of why we're in the situation that we're in, because we're not talking about synergy and give and take and balance. It's all about trying to kill. And it's like once you try and, fight something, whatever resists persists, and you'll never get rid of it. Because nature will always find a way around it, right? You take antibiotics, then you kill all the you kill all the good bacteria and the bad bacteria grow. Yeah. And then you just keep but you need to get probiotics to balance it out, really, So. Yeah,
it's funny. It's funny because it's like the answer is always the opposite of what we've been trained to do. Mm-hmm. And even just like what you're talking about, cancer. Like cancer, every article and every study I've read on cancer, it's a result of inflammation, and the inflammation is a result of tissue damage. Mm-hmm. So it's like if you're so inflamed, your body is either going to try to wall off the toxins that it can't pass, or it's just going to try to grow new cells to replace the dysfunctional ones.
Yeah, and that's what causes the cancer.
So yeah.
Have you thought about being a health coach? I'm about to be a health coach. I'm really excited. I'm just like, I know you want to go to medical school and stuff, but I'm just like, dude, I don't want you to go. I'm going to try and talk you. Every time you call, I'm going to try and talk you out of not going to medical school.
Okay, so what am I going to do? I can't become a rapper. I'm not artistic.
Did I ever say rapper? I said a health coach or something within, just not an MD, because I just feel like they're going to try and turn you out. You're going to come back a robot.
Nah,
do what you want, but
I gotta drop out first. I drop out and just, I would drop out before I.
But the way you're talking, you can't go to medical school without they're gonna go so hard on you, and I wonder if they'll even I know. So okay, so I don't know if you ever follow the vaxxed people, the vax stuff.
Yeah, I follow them.
Did you see that one interview?
Instagram.
Okay, so I don't know. This is an interview a long time ago with this lady. Her brother. So basically, her nephew was autistic, and he kept banging his head when he was a baby, right? And they were they thought that the father was beating the baby, and so they kept accusing the father of beating the baby. He was like, no, the baby's beating itself, that's beating his own head, and they're like, no, it's not, you're beating him. So he got so frustrated. This is super sad, but he committed suicide. Because he was just like, I would never hurt my baby. I love my baby. Why does everybody think I'm beating my baby? It's not fair, blah, blah, blah. He killed himself. So his sister got custody of the baby. And then she found out that the baby was doing what he was saying he was doing. And she was in medical school at the time. And then she tried to talk about vaccines. And she was like, every time I had a conversation, they would never let me say my piece. They would ridicule me. They wouldn't pass me. I get threatened by professors, yada, yada, yada. And she goes, I ended up having to quit medical school because of it. It's fucked up. I just think, and then the doctors that come out that do talk against it, they just take their license. So I don't know. I want you to be successful. I just don't want to have you to go through all this crazy shit to be successful, and I'm just trying to figure out a way that you can do it so it's not hard on you, because I just feel like all the doctors that come out, they describe it like leaving a gang, and then they're already in debt too, so they're compromised, right? They have easily $250,000 or more in debt just for medical school, and they, so it's like even if you disagree, you still got to pay that money back. So that's how they enslave these doctors. And then also the whole the thing with the getting a license or getting medical license. They'll just take it. Take it. That guy in what's his name, Minnesota, Scott Jensen. I don't know if you know about him. He was talking about how the coding was switched so people can code COVID and switch the depth around, right? Basically, just replace, oh, you have asthma or you have a heart attack or you have a heart attack. Oh, well, we'll just say that it's COVID. And he had the proof. And they still tried to go after his license. I don't think they were successful, but they just took another doctor's license. I found out his name is Paul Anderson, and he basically had a study in his clinic. He would let people not get vaccinated if they didn't want to get vaccinated, and then he would, if people wanted vaccination, he was like, fine, I'll vaccinate you too. But he kept a record of it, and he was basically like, all right, these people that are vaccinated actually have more like autoimmune disorders, all of this, and the kids that aren't vaccinated have none, little to none. And he basically published this stuff, and they took his license. They just took it. Years of, I mean, just, I don't know, like, I'm not trying to scare you, but I just think you're super brilliant. I just think you're super brilliant, Owen. Every time you call, I just get this smile on my face, because I'm just like, you're so on it, you know. And I mean, I'm gonna shamelessly plug, but I'm just thinking about too being a health coach, and I feel like this is the only way that I can really stick it to the pharmaceutical industry and empower people at the same time, because you teach people how their bodies work. You teach people to heal themselves. Then they'll go and they'll teach people. And basically what we have to get people is to change their paradigm on the pharmaceutical industry and get them to walk away. Because for years, I've been watching the pharmaceutical industry get exposed, get sued, get all these scandals, all these fucking scandals. Nothing ever happens to them. And they've been around for decades, okay? Decades. And it's like the only way I feel like to get people to walk away is to change the paradigm and change the consciousness, and to get people to understand that they have the power. So that's
people have to want that power though.
Yeah, but I mean they will, because as more people get sick, they are returning to natural medicine. You know, the medical industry is the third leading cause of death. You know.
Yeah, iatrogenic deaths.
Yep.
Whatever they call it.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's I don't know. I feel you. I understand where you come from. But you know, and it's something that I do think about a lot. But you know, I guess I just gotta keep my ears open to what God is showing me and what He's trying to tell me. So.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, you don't want to be in a situation where you're in a whole lot of debt either, you know, because of this, and you're kind of enslaved. Because I think there are a lot of doctors that also wake up, but they get scared because they're in debt now. They're like in serious debt. They can't even afford to so I mean, they keep them enslaved not only by being bullied or having their reputations ruined, but also just by the debt. Like $200,000 plus in debt. Like how like most doctors, you know, don't even start making money until like, I don't know, the first decade that they've been a doctor, because they're having to pay back all that debt. Just something to think about, you know. I've just put a little bug in your ear, you know.
Yeah, I feel you, and I appreciate it. I appreciate that. You're looking out. But I don't want to take up all your time.
You always take up all my time.
Of course, I got a myriad of other, you know, things I can talk about. But you know, maybe I should get my own channel, like you keep telling me.
Yeah, I know. Maybe you should. Just don't be silly like me and start building off on other platforms at the same time you're building up on YouTube, because, you know, then you won't have to. Now I'm faced with the task of trying to get other people to follow me in other places, and it's hard. You know, I mean, it's not hard. It's just a slower process. But I'm just, you know.
Yeah, I followed you on Instagram, by the way.
Oh yeah. Thanks. I'm on Biavi. I need to get more up on Instagram, but I don't think I'm gonna go as Truther Talk, because they're just already cutting a lot of stuff. I couldn't say what I wanted to say, so they're just gonna cut me down anyway. With Truther Talk, so you can follow me on my music, yeah. So.
Cool.
All right, cool. All right, dude. Let me talk to you later. Let me take another call. 512.
All right, cool. You have a good one.
Okay, you too. Bye.
All right, bye.
512-481-7464. 512-481-7464. The cure is in the vegetation. I mean, the cure, it's not just vegetation. It's also I mean, there's so many different cures depending on what you are. Good morning. Good morning.
Hello?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, who's this?
Josh from Montana.
Hey, Josh from Montana. How you doing? I heard Montana's beautiful.
It is.
Is it snowing there now?
No, it's looking like spring.
Ooh.
It's good right now. You never know, though.
Oh, cool. Are you your first time caller?
Yeah. I'm not the type to usually call in, so.
Yeah, that's great. I don't care. Nice to meet you.
Likewise. I found you probably about a year ago when all this crap started, so.
Oh, cool. I'm glad I didn't piss you off. I'm glad you're still sticking around.
Right?
So
Yeah, you're one of the few that keep me sane.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I try. I have my days though too, but I try. I try.
Right.
So what do you want to talk about?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have anyone to talk to anymore. Even before all this, I don't know. I was always the crazy conspiracy guy, and people kind of kept their distance. But
Even in Montana?
now it's like, well, I actually grew up in Los Angeles, like you.
Oh, okay.
I was like getting sick of it a long time ago. So about a decade ago, I thought I'd pick the, I don't know. I thought the same thing, but I didn't know much about the different places, and I unknowingly picked the most liberal town in Montana.
Oh no.
And now I got a kid there, so I'm stuck there for the next 18 years.
Wait. What town is this so I know not to go?
It's like people say it's like the Austin of Montana.
I know, but what's the name of you don't want to say the city?
It's Missoula.
Missoula. Oh, okay.
Have you heard of it?
No, but I know not to go there now.
Yeah, it's got like a little less than 100,000 people, and it's the university, so it's like the main university, so it's super liberal. But I didn't know anything about that 10 years ago.
Oh no! It's like the serial killer. Like you're the victim at the serial killer's house, and then you're in the basement, and he goes to get like milk or something, and then you escape, and you think that you're safe, and you run to the next door neighbor's house, and it's the serial killer's house too.
Yeah, pretty much. So it's actually not much different than LA, like the part that I live in. So.
Oh no.
So that sucks, but it is what it is. But
Is Helena?
I'm still glad.
Is Helena liberal?
Is what?
Helena?
Oh, Helena?
Yeah, the capital. Is it capital liberal?
Oh, yeah. I think they're a lot better than Missoula. I think they're more red, but I'm not positive. But I know it's not half as bad as where I am.
Oh wow. Okay.
So yeah, if anyone ever thinks about moving,
Yeah, I will not.
Don't go anywhere near
Missoula. Oh no.
It's beautiful, but yeah. But anyway.
Oh no, man. I'm sorry. My heart breaks for you. I'm laughing at you. I'm like, my heart breaks for you. No, but that's
yeah. I'd still rather be here than down there, but it's pretty bad up here. I mean, the whole mask thing where I live is just as bad as where I'm seeing places like where you're at, LA, and I practically get tackled when I try to go into Walmart without a mask.
Oh my God. So I mean, do you have to wear it? Do they like?
No, well, they just recently started getting like way worse about it, even though our governor lifted the whole thing also like a month ago. But luckily I found a little grocery store just like within the last couple of months that they don't push the mask, they don't push anything, and they don't say nothing to you. So I've been shopping there. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, just try and find those businesses that aren't crazy. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's like now they think that they're rebelling because they are not. They're wearing the mask. Like they're fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like that's how it is. I don't
It's
know
insane.
if you saw my post that they did like a they had like a pro-mask rally here in Austin. I was like, y'all love your slavery, don't you? Y'all love it.
Yep. Yep. It's insane. But, yeah, and then the hypocrisy everywhere is like, I don't know, it hurts my brain because, I have a sister that lives up here with me, and she works at the local health food store, and that's like ground zero for these mask freaks. And
You would
she tells
think
me all the
you would think that they would know better at a health food store, but go on.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that used to be my favorite place to shop. I used to spend, I don't know, $600 a month there, and now I can't step foot in there because it's insane. But the stories I hear from her and all of her coworkers, she like knows what's up, but she doesn't like look into stuff like me, and she doesn't really like talking about it. But she knows it's all BS, and she just smiles and nods with all these people. And anyway, she tells me stories about how she'll go to different little parties and get-togethers with these people that are so pro-mask and pro-everything, and they shame people like us and blah, blah, blah. But then at these little get-togethers or even at the bar, she says that they all take their masks off and, like, they act like everything's normal, but then the next minute they're shaming all of us and calling us crazy. And I can't stand the hypocrisy.
Oh, totally. And yeah, I have a friend too that was saying that like she knows people like that too. Like they'll go and they won't wear the mask, around their friends, but they'll wear it around their friends because around certain people because they want to look good. A lot of it is about their ego and then their virtue signaling shit.
Virtue signaling, yeah.
So
that's all it is.
That's the thing, like it's on my backup channel though. I don't know if I'm going to put it on my main channel just yet, but I made a video just going off called Virtue Signaling Restaurants, where I'm just going all through the restaurants in Austin, and it's the stupidest shit because it's just like, well, it's a restaurant. You have to take off your mask to eat. You think the virus is going to wait until you finish eating to attack you? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yep.
It can attack you through your nose while you're eating or in your mouth. You know what I mean? Like, it's so stupid. And they're like, well, we're still going to enforce the mask rule despite what the governor says because we want to protect our... I'm like, you are fucking stupid. Like, I'm just not going to patronize them,
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a ritual. It's just a ritual. I just went into a restaurant recently for my sister's birthday, and yeah, you got to put on the mask to walk to the table. But once you're at the table, even though there's 10 of us or whatever, we're all talking over each other's food, spitting in each other's food, and the waitress is standing right behind you. The waitress is well within the 6 feet, but she's got her mask on. But then they're also saying that the mask only works when everyone, in both parties are wearing it, but it's just all complete BS, and all these people just buy into all of it. It's literally driving me insane. That's why I'm calling. I needed to talk to a sane person.
I know, right? This channel keeps me sane too, because I'm just like, I have friends, but you know what? I was just thinking, I got all the friends I have through my channel. I'm not kidding you, because I would talk and then I get people messages writing me, especially within the last year where I was just like, they're like, oh my God, you're in Austin. I need a friend. I'm like, yes, I need a friend too, So, literally just through my channel, I've met people. And I didn't even make the channel to meet people. I just made it. Like I said, it's been up since 2012, but I really start making videos like the last 4 years consistently. Just so I can vent, and especially when I was when the midterms were happening, it was driving me crazy because I was working for Lyft at the time, and these people just get on and unload on me. And then ask me what I thought, and then I tell them, and then they get crazy on me because I didn't fit their narrative, And then this is messed up about Lyft too. It's like I figured out, it's on a point system. So if somebody doesn't like you, they'll give you a low score, and then the lower your score is, the less ride requests you can take. So you're kind of in the back of the line, right? So then you're not getting, they technically can't fire you, but they'll just be like, oh, well, you're not getting, so they'll just expect that you'll leave because you're not getting enough rides. Right?
Yeah.
So these fuckers, right? Just,
Yep. It's insane. Yeah, and every time that your channel gets taken down for a week or two, or the few other people I follow religiously, every time you guys get shut down for a week or two, I'm just like, ah!
Well, follow me on my other stuff, though. Follow me on BitChute and all my other
I've tried BitChute. I don't know that. I don't know why. I guess I got to try it again, but just confused the hell out of me. I'm so used to the YouTube platform that I don't know. I tried the whole BitChute thing. I tried to start my own channel on there, and I got frustrated and I gave it up. But I got to look back into it, I guess.
Well, can you follow me on BitChute? Just if I'm not in here, I'm on BitChute. I'm on, like, I do the promos at the beginning of the live show. I'm on all those other places, so.
Oh, yeah. I'll have
I had a backup channel, too, but I got stuck on my main channel and my backup channel. So all I had was BitChute at the time. And then, and then I had my other outlets, Facebook and other stuff. So if I'm off of YouTube, I'm on the other places as well, so.
Yeah, I'll have to try that again.
Yeah, just go look in the description section and just follow me on all the other places. One of those places, and join my email list too, because that's the people that were on my email list. I was able to send them an email and let them know like what was going on, So. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
Well, I actually called about one thing, but I don't know if my time's up.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not really going. What do you want to talk about? What do you want to ask?
So I actually had my child was born at the beginning of March last year, so right when all this was kicking off, and it wasn't planned, and the woman that I had him with, we were only dating for like a couple of months, and she I was pretty upfront and honest about my different viewpoints on the world, and I told her I'm a crazy conspiracy theorist, and she acted like she was all interested in it, and I don't know, she tricked me, and anyway, long story short, she got pregnant, and we soon split up, and then I soon realized that she's very liberal and pro-vaccine and all this stuff, and then all this kicked off, and it's just been a nightmare. And I told her I don't want to vaccine our child, but none of that matters because she has the final say. And I just know the second she gets the chance to get the jab for her and my son, she's going to do it. It's just wrecking my soul right now, and it's out of my control.
Oh man, I'm so sorry. I'm looking up Montana's. Let me see. She won't even compromise. She won't even because I think that. Let me see Montana. Let me see. What do they have? Hold on. I think Montana might have. It's just she's just not gonna compromise at all. She's not okay, well. Let's see, Montana. Oh, you have your religious and your medical exemptions still in Montana.
Yeah. For now.
Yeah, I know. Oh man, I'm so sorry. This is I swear, I've noticed this too, because if I'm dating, whatever, and if somebody's oh yeah, I'm interested in what you have to say, I'm yeah, that's a sign for they're not conspiracy.
They're not.
Because I just need somebody that's hardcore like me. That's I've already decided, and you know what, I'm not discounting what you're saying, but I've actually known quite a few people in your situation. And it's because they were because it's weird because you want to be open, right? You don't want to force people to think you want them to come to their own conclusions.
Yep.
in themselves. I think that's kind of like, you know, the mindset of most people that we have like-minded thinking. We're just like, okay, well, let's give them the information and hopefully they'll just come around and they'll like figure it out themselves. You don't want to proselytize people or anything like that. But this is just what I found out too. Like, I was dating a guy and he was like, yeah, I'm open. And so I was like, you know what, I'm just going to end it because I know that, like, you say that you're open, but you're not as open as you think you are. You know, like, it's weird.
No.
I've learned this too. Thank God I have not gotten pregnant, you know. But I've actually ended up ending it too with people because I know that, like, and people now that are fighting over their spouses, you know, because of vaccination and their kids. It's the most, and it sucks because the court usually goes with the pro-vaccine parent, you know.
Yep.
And if it's the mom, so I don't really know what to say. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I just needed to vent a little, like I said, to someone who is incomplete, you know, someone who has more than a couple of brain cells left.
Oh man, is this your only son?
Yep. I didn't think I was going to have kids. I'm, you know, in my late 30s, but I love it, and she gives me all the time that I want with it. I drive truck, but I'm home for about half the week every week, and I thought she was going to fight me on all that, but I guess she's realized that being a single mom is a lot harder than what she thought it was going to be, so I'm lucky there. Like, I get to have him all the time. But
oh, man.
I gotta
really
watch what I say because I just worry that she's going to use anything that I say, you know, later down the line.
And I mean, not to be mean, like, women are like that.
Yep.
Right. I mean, I choose not to be
careful.
that way, but I know that I could. You know what I mean? Like, women, y'all guys are strong, and women have our fucking emotional shit and that's how we fight back. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah.
You guys don't forget anything.
Man, I mean, do you have enough money for a lawyer to, like, kind of see if you can...
About the vaccine thing?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but I don't know. Like I said, I really just don't want to wreck anything as far as my time with him, but I also don't want him to get screwed up either by all this crap they want to put in babies.
Yeah, and it's crazy.
I don't know.
Now.
It's like a fine line, and I don't know. I don't want to make the wrong call and do something to screw up what I have.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what to say. I mean, you know, just watch a lot of the, you know, kind of what's going on, because I know that there's the first case that's against mandatory vaccination is going on in New Mexico. And then I also have a friend with this group called the Control Group, and she's doing, like, they're doing research, and they're trying to they basically filed a lawsuit, and they're trying to show, they have like crazy great data on how vaccines are causing autoimmune diseases in everybody pretty much, and they're trying to get it declared like a national emergency. And, you know, from her research, she was saying like 70% of people aren't even fit to serve in the military because of autoimmune diseases. And then it's crazy. So she's trying, you know, there are people that are working on this, I know, and they're coming at it at different angles. So just kind of maybe just watch those cases and then see when that happens.
Yeah. You put up an interview or a lecture or talk, I can't remember the lady's name, but a couple months ago you put up, I think it was like a 2-hour-long talk. This lady was talking about sudden infant death syndrome in vaccines, and at that time my kid was like, you know, he's going in pretty much, every 3 months or so for more shots, and then just, that one really messed me up. I'm like, oh my God.
I'm sorry, but I also, like, I'm not trying to scare people, but I've known too many people that have been fucked up, and I'm at the point now, at least, I have to tell people. I have to, like, people have to know, like, what's going on. People aren't making they're not making their decisions based on informed consent. Like, everybody thinks that they're doing the right thing by getting their baby vaccinated, and they think that, they're like, hey, I'm doing the right thing. Hey, I'm I'm protecting them, and then when it's actually the opposite. Like, anything now, I've realized that we're told is basically the opposite.
Yeah. Yep. Everything's upside down. So, their heart's in the right place, I guess, but they've been, brainwashed and conditioned their whole life, and their head is just nowhere there.
Oh, my friend, he started the V is for Vaccine campaign, and if you ever seen that, and his son, he got involved because his son got the polio vaccine and basically got polio. The vaccine ate through his spinal cord and he's paralyzed.
Yes.
So it's like, but when I was talking about it, he was just like, I just thought I was doing the right thing for my son. And then they tried to pull that crap on him, being like, oh, well, he took one for the team. And I was like, no. But he was like, no, dude. Like, people that say that shit, it's not their kids. One kid is too many. One kid is too many. So, yeah, I have friends whose children have died. I have friends whose children are paralyzed. I have friends whose children have autism. And not only does it mess with the person that's injured, but it also destroys families. The divorce rate is through the roof. A lot of parents get hooked on drugs, become drug addicts because they're like consumed with the guilt. The siblings have animosity toward the injured child because they're getting all the attention. I mean, it just breaks a family. And then your bloodline's fucked up. Are these people gonna have children? Are you gonna have grandchildren? So I'm sorry, like, that's what's going through my head. I hope that she'll turn around, maybe she'll get a vaccine or know somebody that gets injured or something, and then maybe that will force her to look into it, and then maybe she won't do it, But
hopefully, but then again, people like that, when that stuff happens, it's just a coincidence, or
they won't make the connection. They won't make, even though there was a doctor that was talking about how she was going to get the COVID vaccine, and she's like, I got the COVID vaccine, and she's posting it on social media, and then 4 days later she miscarried. And I'm like, I wonder if she's gonna put that together, that it was a vaccine.
Hopefully, but probably not. Hopefully, though.
So anyway.
I can let you go. So.
I know you had a what? What were you gonna say?
Oh, I was gonna say I had a cousin down in California, 52, and in decent health, I guess. She wasn't, I don't know. But she had the vaccine, a month ago or so, and I think it was like 2 weeks later she died.
Oh my God. The COVID vaccine? Hello? Was it the COVID vaccine?
Oh, shit. Yeah, COVID vaccine.
You said a month?
A couple weeks.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's like people it's not even... Wow.
Didn't even register. But, hey, if you can still hear me, I'm driving truck and I'm going through a canyon, so I'm going to lose you here.
Okay, cool. Thanks. Was it Josh?
Josh, yep.
Oh, okay, cool. Thank you so much. Thanks for calling. Best of luck in your situation. You too. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, guys, I'll take one more call. I'm going to have to leave early, a little before 12. Anything? A little before 12. All right. Good morning.
Good morning. What's up? Buenos tacos.
Buenos Doritos. What's up? What's going on?
This is, you're just a freaking American, also known as Dave.
Oh, hey, Dave. Just a freaking American. What's going on? How you doing?
Yeah. Hey, it's been a while since I called in.
I know.
But I was thinking, I don't feel like talking. But, it's so interesting. And I want to ask you a couple of things. What do you think about Trump coming out and pushing the vaccine again?
Fuck him.
And then also I want talk about your
Fuck
health coaching
him.
thing, but
Sorry.
what do you think about Mr. Trump?
Fuck him. Fuck that. Fuck
No.
that. No vaccines. No, never.
What's that?
I said no vaccines. No, never. Fuck him for doing that. I'm pissed at him for doing that. Fuck him.
Yeah. Well, when he instituted the whole warp speed, can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah. You're perfect. This is the best sounds I've gotten from a caller, by the way. So whatever you're doing, keep it up.
Also, I figured last year when he got that whole ball rolling that, okay, he's just not educated on it. And so he got pushed into it by Fauci and them. But now that, he's been out of office and the adverse events have been reported enough, there have been deaths and all kinds of things, and some of the conservative media have reported it. I'm like, what excuse is there? Why are you still coming out and pushing this thing?
I don't know. And I knew somebody that says, okay, I know somebody that knows him, and he says that that actually his son is vaccine injured. And they stopped it, and then Alex Jones even said that. I heard him say that too.
Right.
I've heard a couple people say that. I don't know. I don't even know what's going on. I don't even know what to think anymore with that situation, except fuck him. Fuck the vaccine. Like, anybody that's pushing this shit, they can suck it. And I'm just, I love a lot of what he did for this country, and I love a lot of how he called the fake media out, and I love the MAGA movement, and I love patriotism, but I'm not really putting my stake into Trump right now. I would talk about, a lot of the leftist stuff that was going on, but I never did. And I also get mad at people that come up on my channel and they're like, oh, well, you're just a shill for Trump, or you're just pushing Trump. I'm just like, no. And I've never been also, have faith in politicians. And I've told people my story about like how I, haven't voted since 2008, and I'm not going to vote again. If they don't fucking fix this voter rig shit, I'm not going to vote again anyway. So I'm not, I was kind of like, when I voted this time, I was just like, oh, well, we'll see. I think maybe this might mean something this one time. We'll see. Couldn't hurt. That's where I was at. Yeah. But, it's just like, well, now that doesn't even matter. Not that it really did anyway, but now it really doesn't, It's just in our face. And I don't really know what to think. I'm just focusing on the things that I can control. And whatever happens with that situation happens. It doesn't matter who's president. I've said from day one, I'm never taking another vaccine again, not just the COVID vaccine. No, none. I'll be homeless again. I'll die before I'll take the vaccine. My health is the most important thing to me ever. And all these people that are going to be coerced into taking it, that are on the fence, that don't know how bad it really is, they're going to take the vaccine, and then it's like, well, then their health is fucked up. They're going to take the vaccine because they can't get a job, but then their health is going to get fucked up, and they're not going to be able to work. I even had a lady, lady write me. Oh, let me just say this real fast. I'm sorry, and then I'll let you finish, because on this train of thought, I had a lady to write me a few months ago. And her son was vaccine injured, and like I was saying earlier, it's a strain on the family, and a lot of that too is financial, because the child needs treatment and stuff, right? And so she was basically like, it was financially a burden for one of us. Like, one of us had to stay home and take care of the child while the other one worked, and she was like, I needed to get a job, but then I ended up getting vaccinated to get a job. And now she's now she's injured. She can't work.
Right.
So she's injured with a vaccine injured kid. And I'm not dogging her. I'm not judging her. I'm just saying this is the situation that a lot of people are going to end up in. Because they don't know.
She's injured, like brain damaged, or?
She can't physically work.
Yeah,
she can't physically work, and she can't physically take care of her child.
That's
so what
horrible.
do you do?
I've been trying to talk to my mom about it, because she's all like, I'm going to get the vaccine as soon as I can. And I'm trying to tell her, but everybody's their own person. You got to just do what you can and pray for them,
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell her, when I talked to her today, I don't want to have to, I love you and I take care of you the best I can in a heartbeat. And of course, eventually we might all have to take care of our parents as they age, but just think about us. Just think about us kids. And if you get vaccine injured and you experience a premature demise, or you end up being handicapped in some way, and just think of it,
it's a burden.
We don't get to enjoy you, and just think of that. Just think of what it does to your family. So I'm just trying to, I'm not trying to guilt trip her, but.
Well, that you're telling her the truth, and that's true. And then it's like, the virus has a 99.9% survival rate. So what is she protecting herself from exactly?
Yeah. Well, with Trump, getting back to him, he's still an authority figure for so many people, and the only blessing that I could see coming out of him getting behind the vaccines is it kind of opened up the doors for people to like critically look at vaccines for the first time ever. Does it seem that way to you? Because I've seen more reporting on adverse events than I ever seen before. There's more scrutiny about it, and also because it's like this universal push for it. Every man, woman, and child. So
I don't think it's because of him, though. I think it's because it was already heading that direction. Like, even before the COVID came out, the World Health Organization had a meeting, and they were basically saying that if you take the people in the middle that are on the fence and you take a pro-vaxxer and an anti-vaxxer, the anti-vaxxers were converting for every one pro-vaxxer, for every one person, the people on the pro-vax side converted, the anti-vaxxers were converting 500 people. So
wow.
This is worldwide. Yeah. So I think it was already headed in that direction anyway. So I wouldn't attribute it to him. And then a lot of people that like Trump or hate Trump, they're already pro-vaccine anyway. A lot of them seem to be. So.
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's my imagination, or
maybe it's your situation. I'm just saying for me, I don't. But is this what you're experiencing your perspective or your life?
Yeah, but I think it's possible that just because he is so hated, that just by getting behind something, he is forcing a lot more critical scrutiny of it. So it could be both. I don't know.
What? Maybe you're right. But maybe there are people. Yeah, what? I can see that too. I'm not trying to, because I'm looking at the mask thing. It's just like, okay, well, like in Texas, they're like, oh no, you don't have to wear the mask. But then there are people like, well, we're gonna wear the mask anyway, just to get back. So it's kind of like this reverse psychology thing. That's what you're saying, right? Oh well, if Trump says Trump's saying we're not gonna do, we're gonna look into him. So maybe that would be a good thing too. You're right. I can see that. You're right. I don't know. I just already had it just because I'm already like kind of in the health freedom movement and all that stuff, and I saw that happening. Because even people were like, oh, Trump he was supposed to put together this vaccine panel to look into vaccines and stuff anyway, and then that fell through. I don't know. That fell through. And but I wasn't even dependent on Trump to do that. I'm just like that. The anti-vaxxers are so well organized, and they're so passionate, and they're so creative, that I know that we're gonna just keep on keeping on no matter what, no matter who's president. So I never was really dependent on a president or an authority figure to help educate people about the dangers of vaccines, because I think that we were doing a good job even without him having to step in. So I wasn't even when that fell through, I wasn't upset about it. I was just like, I just know, like, no matter who's, I'm just not taking it. Like, it doesn't matter who's pushing it.
We shouldn't need authority figures. Yeah. To tell us what to do.
Yeah, so I just knew. This is a thing too. I think when you stand strong in your beliefs and you're empowered with knowledge, it doesn't really matter who's educated. Who's the president or not. Even when even when the first time when Trump won and my brother was freaking out, I was trying to tell him that. I'm just like, well, the politics isn't the fucking be all end all say all of everything. It's a grain of sand in this magnificent universe. It's not. It's if that. You know.
It should be. It should be.
You know, but there are people
Although-
that
It should be.
you know, but there are people
Although-
that it's become their religion, and they think that if the right person doesn't get in, then their life is like ruined forever. You know.
Yeah, my goal is, I hope we need to get to that point where we don't have to worry about politics.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason I pay attention to politics, is so I know what what politricksters are trying to do to us, and so I can defend against it, you know?
Politricksters, I love it. I like that.
Yeah, I think Malcolm X made that up. But hey, but can you talk a little bit about what are you studying for health coaching? Where you're studying? What kind of courses you're taking? Because
Oh, okay.
I've been interested in that for a while, and now I'm finally about to go ahead with it, you know?
Oh yeah, I'm
So-
going to Trinity. I'm doing online. It's like 2 months, but I've been studying it.
Trinity.
Yeah, I've been studying it for years. Like, I mean, not health coaching, but my best friend and I, who's actually going to do it too, and she's probably just going to do our practice together. Who's the founder of this channel? We've been working on our own autoimmune issues for years. I've been coaching other people without getting paid for years anyway. You know. So like I've been able, but I mean, like, my mom has my respect. I don't think my mom is gonna take the vaccine because she basically trusts my opinion on health because she was dependent on laxatives for years, and I helped her get off of that. You know, I've helped other people just by giving them advice and be like, oh, you have arthritis, you got to stay off the nightshades, you got to increase your turmeric, you like stuff like that. And then people will come back and be like, oh my God, it worked. I'm like, it did? Oh shit. Like, you know, and just me reading and I have a lot of research behind me. I have a lot of reading. I have a lot of experience with my own stuff, just working with my endometriosis, working with asthma. I'm going on 3 months without having to take my inhaler. And even if I'm like, you know, doing jiu-jitsu or something and I get, you know, winded, I can catch up my breath myself without having to take my medicine, you know, because I've changed my diet, I hydrate, I do all this stuff. So it's a 2-month course. Technically you can become a health coach without a certification, but I think people like having this for clients. I think people feel more comfortable saying that there's a certification. You know what I mean? Like seeing that you have some kind of certification, that you went through some kind of.
What all? Yeah.
So,
I get it.
So
what all is involved with it? Are you doing a lot of nutrition?
No,
study?
that's definitely separate, and I can tell you what to eat, but technically, if you write protocols and stuff and give nutrition, they can come after you for that. So you have to be careful.
Oh.
But then they talk about,
huh?
Yeah, you got to be a dietitian or certified nutritionist too. But there's a way around it. They tell you what to do, but they just like for instance, you know, like how you can't, yeah, exactly, and you can't say like, you know, you can't say the word cure. You know what I mean? You can't say that I can cure this, but there's other terminology that you can use. So they go over the legalities of it. You learn a little bit of iridology, Bach flower remedies, homeopathy. You have to study. I think the hardest part for me was going over all of the bodily organ systems and stuff. Oh, that's stuff to me. That was the most intense week so far. I think I have 2 more weeks to go.
So you get some anatomy. Physiology.
It's a very intensive course. Yeah, some anatomy, and anatomy of all the systems. What else? I'm trying to think.
Immune system?
No, it's like the muscular system, skeletal system, the excretory system, the digestive system, the reproductive system, the integumentary system.
Integumentary?
Yeah, the skin, hair, nails. And I forgot what else. It was 11. I think it was 11.
Okay.
But and you have to interact with the people in your that are taking the course with you and stuff. I've learned a lot through them. So yeah, I mean,
Is there what's the major focus of the course, and what's the goal that you're able to do once you take this course?
I'm just really trying to
enable you to do?
I'm just getting certified and saying that I'm a health coach and I can like just basically take on clients. with confidence with my certification. I feel like I can do
Uh-huh.
it now just because of all the stuff that I know and all the research I've done. But for me personally, I'm just saying me personally. I think people have different goals. But for me personally,
Mhm.
it's just really having that certification, maybe knowing a little bit more about the legalities in the business. Because a lot of the stuff I already know. It's been pretty easy for me, actually. Whereas I have another...
Texas, like, license? Sorry.
You have to look up your laws per state and then figure out what you can and can't do.
I know.
We learn about pH. We learn about physical observations, looking at certain things through nails and tongue analysis and stuff like that.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so it's cool. Like that's probably the stuff I didn't know, as well, and I'm fascinated by nail, tongue, skin, all that stuff. Face reading a little bit.
That's like the Chinese medicine.
Yeah, exactly.
They do a lot
yeah,
of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you can. So if you wanna, and I literally have 10 books I want to read. Like I'm gonna go even deeper into that, but they just touch on it, right? And then you just go, and it's just something that you learn as you go too. And I'm taking on already. I have two pro bono cases lined up. A couple of friends of mine that I want to help, and I've already been doing research on that too. So it's just a lot of research, a lot of experimentation, talking to people, and it's based a lot on like really emotion and listening to your client, because a lot of the doctor-patient relationship right now is very fragmented, and they just go in and they just they ask a few questions and they go, but they really put a lot of emphasis on just basically connecting to your client. You have to call them clients and not patients, which is fine. Like you connecting to your client and being it, because I think that's a huge thing. And as I was working on one of my friends doing one of the assignments, I was just like, I realized this is huge for him, because his doctor doesn't give a shit about him. He's always talking about how his doctor just doesn't give a shit, doesn't even look him in the eye, Oh
no, they got like 3 minutes to look at you, and then they're on to the next
so
one.
you want to have a conversation and connect and you're basically like a coach, like you're coaching. So I'm telling them stuff, I'm telling them what to do. And I think one of the hardest parts is just being able to you have to meet people where they're at, like, if you had a client and you're like, oh my God, if they just did this, laid off of this, blah, 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 they'd be gold. But maybe you have a client that doesn't want to, they don't want to give up this type of food. You have to figure out a way around that and just kind of meet people where they are. So I think that's going to be hardest for me, because I'm just like, oh, you know what I mean? But I'm like, all right, you got to just, as a coach, think you're just a coach, right? I mean, you're helping people to cure themselves. You're helping them to help themselves. You're educating people and teaching people to cure themselves. So this is my hope and my goal is I teach people to cure themselves as a coach, right? And then they have that knowledge and they'll help somebody else. And then that person will help somebody else. And it would go on and on. And this is, to me, I've been thinking about this a lot, and I've been really excited because I feel like this
becomes a movement.
Yeah, it becomes a movement, exactly. And it's the only way to really stick it to the pharmaceutical industry. Because what we really have to do is change the consciousness and the paradigm and get people to walk away, because they've been exposed so many times. They've had to pay out people so many times. It's like they're paying out people every year. They just paid out 60,000 pounds for the swine flu vaccine right before Corona happened. All right, for people that got injured, 60 million pounds for the swine flu vaccine. This is 10 years ago.
Swine flu?
The swine flu vaccine.
That's from back in the 70s, right?
No. There was another one, the H1N1, that was like in the early...
Oh.
Yeah, that one. It was like 10 years ago in Britain.
Okay.
Yeah. So there was another H1N1. Yeah, so of course they took the vaccine, and now all these people are incapacitated, and they're all messed up. And now they got... But it's like, the money... the money helps because you can't work, but really, is it worth it? No amount of money, there's no price tag for my health.
We're going to need a lot of health coaches just to repair the damaged people.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's why it's a growing field. So I just didn't really have a name to put to it, and now I'm just like, all right, I know what it's called. And then I don't have to work for anybody. I work for myself. So
do you plan to take other types of of health practice and put them together with this certification that you get?
I do. I want to do like EFT. I'm thinking about looking at massage therapy. That takes like 6 months, but I was looking at a place. I want to wait till I have some income to take on more people before I do that. And I don't really want to. I want to be able to be a massage therapist, but I don't want to. I want to be able to integrate it into my practice. I don't want to. I'm not really interested in becoming a massage therapist because it's so much stress on your body. It really messes your body up. But I would be able to.
That's hard work.
Yeah,
People don't think it's hard work. It is.
Yeah,
I've had massages.
Yeah. I would like to be able to integrate it into people that need it, but not do it all the time. But it would also help me, like if I learn lymphatic massage, it would help me with, the limb system and stuff. If I learn, and that's, helping people with elimination, it would be good to have knowledge of autoimmune stuff, right? Or acupressure points. So, I would like to maybe learn EFT, and my friend, like I have another list of stuff that I'm, as I'm learning, right? I'm looking into herbalism, looking into homeopathy. A lot of this stuff is unregulated, and you can teach yourself. And there, even with herbalism, you can basically log your hours, and then once you get your hours, so it'll be like, I took a class on, online for 2 hours, or I studied with this person for 5 hours, or I read this book for 3 hours, whatever. You just start logging the time into you for herbalism, and then you can like register or be a registered herbalist after like 800 hours. So I am looking into all this stuff, but I think right now this course is just because I have so much going on. I'm also trying to fund for my do funding for my EP, and that's a lot of work, having to constantly remind people and fundraise and all this stuff. I'm crazy. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking, but but I'm like, after this, I think I'm gonna take a break for a few months and just catch up on some reading and just try and put a lot of the stuff that I've learned into practice, so I know it more by rote. You're allowed to look at charts and stuff too when you're evaluating clients, because it's a lot of stuff to learn and internalize. But I want to be able to not need the charts. I mean, MDs use charts and stuff. It's not a big deal, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I want to be able to look at somebody's left eye and be like, you have kidney damage, you know what I mean? And not be like, oh wait, the chart, you know what I mean? So I think at this point, I'm just going to be doing a lot of reading. I literally have a box of books. I ordered a shit ton of books.
Do they give you reference type works for you to use in your practice?
There were so far a couple of charts, like the Fates reading charts, and then I just bought a bunch of books based on my own research, that I'm like, I want to read this book, I want to read that book, I want this book and that book. So I have a lot of readings to do. So I mean, check out Trinity.
Yeah, it's a start. Yeah. I mean, just to get that cert, it's a start, and then you can add on other stuff. Yeah,
for sure. I have a friend she wants to be a naturopath, so she's going a long route. So she started there, and she did the health coaching course, and then she's gonna go in and take all the other courses leading up to naturopath. We'll see how much I can learn on my own, but I was looking at the iridology course, and that's like 5 months though. That's a little bit longer. So that's.
Hey, by the way, go ahead.
Iridology.
Delay here.
Iridology course. Sorry. Go on. That's it.
Okay. Have you heard? Are you familiar with craniosacral massage or craniosacral therapy? Usually it's kind of connected to massage, but it deals with the skull.
Yeah.
It's like related to chiropractic, but it's basically to you can lessen the tension, and you work with the bones of the skull, and it helps the brain to detox. It helps to decrease the tension in the brain and decrease the tension all down the body as well. And it's really fascinating because I've got a book on it by the originator of the practice, and he said, we have seen autism reverse. We've seen things like depression, anxiety, and so-called brain injuries have been healed just by this practice alone. So
I'm not surprised. The human body is amazing. There's so many different techniques, But yeah,
Mhm.
I mean, you can start there, and I mean, whatever, just kind of. I probably want to focus more on autoimmune disorders because that's kind of like my thing. I don't know. I think my friend, when she gets her certification, she's going to focus more on weight loss. I've never really had an issue with my weight, so I don't know if I'd be comfortable taking on people that are trying to lose weight, But yeah, definitely. I need to go, but this is definitely something you can look into.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely will. I think I'll look at Trinity. I was looking at their website like last year, and I forgot about them. So
Yeah.
I'll look them up again.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. It was good
Yeah, let me
talking.
know how it goes for you. All right, talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye. All right, guys, I'm going to call it a day. I'm already late. I wanted to. My nose is always itching. I feel like anyway, so let me just go with my promos, and then I'm a bounce. All right, guys. Go join my, I didn't put the Truther Talk store links up, but go to TrutherTalk.com, join my email list, donate to my Indiegogo campaign. What is this? Music channel. Sign up there. Become a Patreon on Patreon or Subscribestar. Follow me on Gab. Follow me on BitChute. Follow me on Steemit. Follow me on DTUBE. Listen and follow us on SoundCloud for our look at Neil Fox's video on Hinge. It's awesome, and we're also on Facebook. And look at the video. Go look at that. And I will see you on Friday, guys. I will talk to you later. Peace, truth, and love, you guys. Bye-bye. Mwah.